Hi, my name's Emma. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I am a senior environmental science major at UK and I have a German minor. And I have loved animals ever since I was little. We grew up with a ton of pets and we had season passes to the zoo in Cincinnati, so we would go almost every weekend with my family. And I just grew up around them, and I think that's why I love them so much today. So I am a full-time student right now, but I also have a part-time job at a specialty pet store called the Bluegrass Barkery, and we sell products geared toward animals that have sensitivities or allergies or health problems that normal pet stores don't usually cater to. And I'm also a member of Wildcat Service Dogs. We are a student-run organization who trains service dogs. We do all their basic training, and so I am their treasurer, and I'm also raising my own service puppy. His name is Nick. He's a 3-month-old black lab. He's very cute. And I guess I want to work with primates because I haven't worked with them before. I've only ever really worked with canines and felines and native Kentucky wildlife, and I want to branch out and kind of see what my passion is. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to love primates or amphibians or insects or plants, so I need to experience all of them before I know which one I want to work with. So I have worked with wild animals before. I have been a volunteer at Wolf Run Wildlife Refuge. It's in Nicholasville. I've been there since 2014. And we specialize in wolf dog hybrids. So we've got about 20 of those, ranging in their wolf content. We also have domestic dogs, and we have a lot of native Kentucky wildlife. We've got some raccoons, white-tailed deer. We have pigs, skunks, all kinds of little animals like that. So those are the animals that I have experience with so far, but like I said, I haven't worked with primates and I'd really like to. I want to learn and I want to kind of branch out from the canine feline mainstream. So I heard about the PRC because I have a friend named Avery who's a volunteer there, and every time she comes home she tells me about how much fun she had and how it's a great place to work. And she told me that you do internships, and so I thought it would be a great opportunity for me. At this point, I have not applied for any other formal wildlife internships. This is the summer that I am to do my internship for my major, so this is why I'm applying. However, there was an application process to become a volunteer at Wolf Run, so I guess you could say that I have applied for a wildlife position before. So where I see myself in 5 years, I hope to have earned a graduate degree. I'm hoping to go to grad school somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. It's one of my favorite places. And I hope to have started some sort of job with a wildlife conservation organization, whether that be a nonprofit or the government or anything like that. So those are my goals. As for a boring task, I would say that anything is boring to me if I'm not being challenged. So if it's something, easy and monotonous, I'm not going to enjoy myself because I'm not learning and I'm not applying myself and I'm not using my full potential. So, it's like those classes in high school that everyone had to take and they weren't necessarily challenging, and, it's boring to sit there and not be challenged at all and to not have to work hard for it. So I like to, really have to apply myself, and I like it to be kind of difficult for me because that's more fun. And as for working alone versus on a team, I can do both with the same quality, but I think that teamwork is really important to do any job the best way because someone else is always going to have a new point of view on the situation, and they'll have a new idea that maybe I never would have thought of myself. And so I think it's really important even if I'm not working on a team, to have someone else give me input on what I could be doing better, what doesn't work, what could work, ideas like that. As for my hobbies, I have a lot. I like to keep myself busy. So I really like being outdoors, whether that's hiking, going for walks, just sitting outside in my backyard. I like to watch Planet Earth on BBC. It's my favorite show. And all the varieties, anything with Sir David Attenborough in it is good enough for me. And I really enjoy playing with my dogs. That's probably my favorite one. I'm obsessed with all of them. So one thing that I would say makes me angry is when people are ignorant or selfish. I've seen it come up a lot recently. There are so many problems in the world, whether it be with humans, with wildlife, anything, that could be fixed pretty easily, and people just don't do it. And I really don't understand why not. If it's something that isn't going to affect you that much, then I don't understand why you wouldn't, donate that extra money or stop driving as much or anything like that, just to help someone who is in so much worse of a situation than you. And it makes me sad. There are a lot of things that make me happy, however, and all of them are a species of animal. I know that sounds cheesy, but I love reading National Geographic magazines. I love watching documentaries. I love being with animals, learning about them, looking at pictures of them, anything that has to do with animals. So a couple of the pets that I've had over my life, I've grown up with mostly dogs. So when I was young, I had a black lab named Alice and a border collie named Arlo. They were the loves of my life. And I've had a ton of fish. And then now I have 2 Jack Russell Terriers at home. The male is named Bam Bam, and he is a very anxious little dog. And his sister, her name is Pebbles, but she's a little bit on the chubbier side, so her nickname is Piggy. And she is the strangest dog I've ever seen. I think she's actually an old woman. And then I also have my service puppy that I'm training right now, so I'll have him until he's a year old, which will be in November. His name is Nick. He is adorable. He's a little black lab. I call him Sharky because he's in that puppy phase where, he likes to bite and he likes to sneak up on you and attack you when you're not looking. But I love him so much and I would not change anything about him. So 5 adjectives to describe myself. So I would say that I am outgoing. I'm always willing to meet new people and I'm not scared of it. I'm cheerful. I always have a smile on my face and I try not to let any, bad situations, I don't bring them with me to the workplace. I try to, leave them at home, deal with them later. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I would say that I'm intelligent. A lot of things come really easy to me, and I'm lucky that I can be, smart and apply myself where that is needed, and I like to think that I have a lot of potential. I'm really loyal, kind of like a dog. If I'm friends with someone, I'll stick by them, even if, times are tough, or if they do something that I don't necessarily like, I'm not just going to leave them to fend for themselves. And finally, I would say that I am caffeinated. I have a bit of a coffee addiction. I'm not ashamed of it. It is one of my favorite foods, if you could say that. And it's very unlikely that you'll ever see me without caffeine in my body. As far as expectations for an internship at PRC, I think that mostly I'm just looking for a learning opportunity. I know that primates aren't something that a lot of people get the chance to work with and to see and to learn about, and I'm really excited for that. So I expect that I'll be learning a lot. I know that it's going to be tough at times. I expect to, come home dirty every day, which is fun. That makes it better. And I'm really excited to get the opportunity to meet some new people and to learn as much as I can. And as far as concerns for this internship, I really don't have very many that I can think of off of the top of my head. The PRC sounds like an awesome organization. I've heard a lot about you from my friend that volunteers there and from other people as well who have heard of it before or have volunteered in the past. And I would say that I would go into this very optimistic, really excited, and I hope that I can speak with one of you in person soon. Thanks.